Doc Rivers or James Harden now?
Doc Rivers. So, is James Harden one of the top 15 greatest players of all time? No, he's not. Did Doc Rivers get voted one of the top 15 greatest coaches of all time?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
So let's go back in history here. With CP3 and Blake Griffin, Lob City, couldn't get it done. Couldn't get past a certain point in the playoffs. Every single year, that's all we talked about. Let's fast forward to Kawhi and Paul George. When that situation happened, when they were up 3-1 after they were a second seed in the Western Conference, they lose to the Denver Nuggets. You hear reports coming out of there about there was a lack of requisite leadership in the locker room to mesh personalities together. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, to a degree, in mutual consideration with Steve Ballmer, got him removed from the team, essentially, okay? He now comes to Philadelphia versus the Atlanta Hawks last year. Game 4. I know that Ben Simmons was a scapegoat. I know people naturally go back to, oh, this guy didn't shoot the ball. They were up 18 points in Game 4. Lost that one on the road. Let me fast forward to Game 5 at home in Philly. They were up 26 points. So to all the people out there that want to say it's Ben Simmons' fault, I'm sitting there saying, why is Ben Simmons in the game? Let's talk about some of your rotations and some of the bench players that you decided to use instead of some of your other players in some critical moments of the game. There's a lot of questions around that. So with all those things being said, I know what James Harden is to a degree. If he never wins a championship, he's still going to be one of the most innovative offensive players the game has ever seen. He may not be a champion. You may remember him as a guy that left teams and didn't, maybe wasn't crutch, Hall of Famer. But I can tell you this, if they don't get a chance to win it this year, or if they don't get to the NBA Finals, I'm not sure Doc Rivers will be the coach next year. We've got a guy like Mike D'Antoni who's looming around that people are also saying, well, here's going to be the best person to activate James Harden, who will be here for another 3 or 4 years after we sign him to a pretty max deal.
Okay. First off, Doc should not be on the top 15 coaches list. How is John Cundler, who coached the Lakers in the 50s, who was on the team in the 50 years, won 4 titles? How is he not on the list? I know it's 1953 George Mikan, but Auerbach's on the list. How is he not on the list? And they got Doc Rivers on the list. He's won 1 championship, and he's lost 3 series when he had 3 games to 1 lead. So how Doc's on the list and not Cundler, I make no sense.
I am not about to argue with you about a coach from 1950.
He coached the Lakers.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
No. He was on the top 50.
We're giving him his flowers. I'm with you.
Very good.
I'm with you.
You got it.
I think the pressure.
I appreciate the history.
I wanted to throw that out there. I was dying to say it for a long time. I finally got a chance to say it.
Get it off your chest. Now let's get to 2022.
Doc Rivers does not have as much pressure as Harden.
Right.
Harden's left 2 franchises. Harden's got this reputation as one of the great players in the history of the NBA, leading scorer. I mean, I love Van Gundy. He's got him better than Jerry West. He's not better than Jerry West. All right, Harden has been we've gone through it already today. He's been very spotty in many big game scenarios. He's now going to Philadelphia. All right, taking over for a player who wasn't there this last 3 months, who did not play well in a big spot. They got Embiid. Philadelphia, you got a conference that's a little spotty right now. Milwaukee's a little vulnerable, even in the postseason. You know, obviously the Nets, who knows what's going on with Durant, and who knows what's going on with Irving at the end of the day with the vaccinations. They have to get to a final. And that's not going to be on Doc Rivers. This is his 2nd year. They have to get to a final. And Harden's the guy who's orchestrated himself out of Houston, orchestrated himself out of the Nets. Harden, who everybody wants to put him on this level. He's got a great center now. Go out there and win 3 playoff rounds in the Eastern Conference and get to a final. Much more pressure on Harden. Much more.
Let me chime in here, and before I answer this particular question, I want to veer left for something. I need an ISO shot with me on the camera right now, please. Let me say this, because I'm getting text messages from people in Ben Simmons' camp, okay, including family members. Let me be very, very clear. I'm a fair-minded brother. First Take is right here. It's live. It's unedited. It ain't even a 7-second delay. Anytime y'all want this seat, you are welcome to come here and explain for yourself. I'm not going to go back and forth with everybody about what it is about Ben Simmons or what is it. I'm not taking any definitive position. I'm happy to see the brother back and think I'm fantasizing about him playing because I think the Nets won the deal. And I think Ben Simmons is a guy, he can guard Giannis. He can guard James Harden. He guarded Trae Young. He can guard Jimmy Butler or Tyler Hero or whatever. Ben Simmons is legit, and I'm happy to see him back on the court. But in terms of debates about what he legitimately went through, the seat is right there. Y'all are welcome anytime. If y'all ain't willing to show up in the seat, there's going to come a point in time where I'm going to tell you to shut the hell up and stand down. Because you don't get to hide for 6 months. And I talk about Ben Simmons, I'm talking about his camp. You don't get to hide for 6 months. And then all of a sudden, now that everything is percolating, you want to dictate the narrative. Hell no, it ain't happening. Now, let me get back to James Harden and Doc Rivers. I disagree with you about Doc Rivers on this. First of all, I do think Doc Rivers belonged on that list. That's number one. Secondly, and more importantly, all your points are valid. I'm not dismissing any point that you made, not one of them, especially since nobody's lost more 3-1 leads. I don't even remember you mentioning that. Nobody's lost more 3-1 leads in the playoffs than Doc Rivers. We get that. Having said all of that, ain't nobody think about no Doc Rivers. This is about James Harden. You got to win. You got to win the East, okay? Because
I agree with you on that.
Because here's the deal. When we look at James Harden, this is a guy that once averaged 36 a game. This is a guy that was averaging 30 a night in his sleep for years under the same president of basketball operations, which is why, and then not only that, let me tell you something right now. There's more pressure on Daryl Morey than it is on Doc Rivers. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.